everyone. The PR and Branding Committee brings to you a brand new episode of SIMSR Radio. I, Sakshi Kapoor,
And
I, Aabhash Adarsh.
welcome you all to another episode of our series.
Today, we are going to gather some insights from three of the esteemed magazines in the February roundup of Magazine Stand.
In this episode, we have with us Akshita Kulshreshtha from Retail Chronicles. Hi Akshita.
Hi Sakshi, thanks a lot for having me here. I'm glad to be part of this.
Aditya Mulye from the Marksman. Hello Aditya.
Hello Sakshi, I'm glad to be here.
And Vaibhav Prakash from Gita Tales. Hello Vaibhav.
Hello Sakshi, hello Aabhash. Feels nice to be here.
Before we start off with today's questions, we have a small surprise for our listeners. We have here a set of 3 questions for you, and the first 3 listeners to answer all the questions correctly in the comment section are going to get an exclusive shout out from us in the next SIMSR Radio episode. Question 1. When was the MBA course introduced at Somaiya Institute of Management? Question 2. The statue of Ganesh sculpture in our college is exactly located in front of Institute's which block? And question number 3. Who was invited in the star night of 20th edition of Melange at Somaiya Institute of Management? All the best. Hope you answer them correctly and quickly, because it's fastest finger first.
Starting off, we have a question for all 3 of you. What was the theme for the month of January and how do you come up with it?
So, whether it's theatre or OTT platforms, movies and series have become an integral part of our daily entertainment routine. Cinema has entertained us for more than a century now, and various brands have used this medium to promote their products. So we thought we should cover this topic in the January edition of Marksman to analyze and understand some of the most effective product placements in the movies. Thus, we have covered examples like Hannigan associated with 007, Pottery Barn in Friends, FedEx in Castaway, etc. Imparting marketing knowledge to our avid reader base via enriching content and real-life examples is the primary goal of the Marksman magazine. Every time we try to select a theme that will fulfill this goal.
For Retail Chronicles, we choose themes that allow us to talk about what's up and new in the industry. Every month, in the magazine, we speak about what to look forward to in the industry. At the same time, we also ensure that we choose topics that stay relevant even for the future. Till now, we've chosen themes like technology in retail industry, holiday season in retail, and for the January issue, the month being all about the reflections to the previous year, our issue spoke about the year 2021 in the retail industry. We reflected upon the top 10 trends in the retail industry for the year 2021. We spoke about net zero retail. We spoke about market worldwide, and we also spoke about retailing and Metaverse because that's the most look forward to in the year 2022.
As you correctly mentioned, we have monthly themes. The theme for January was Humility Makes Humanity. As you know, our club focuses on enriching and shaping future managers with the help of mindfulness and spirituality. Every month, we as a team come together and think about some topics that will appeal to our targeted audience and can also be inculcated in our individual lives. Humility makes humanity. If we look around us, we are surrounded by business tycoons, some with wealth that they have inherited and those who have made it to the top by starting from rock bottom. However, we admire those who are humble and those who are modest. I guess all of us must have watched Shark Tank recently, and I came across a variety of people with opinions on sharks. We are made to distinguish this essential quality of being humble. So we found this theme very interesting and thought this should be a vital quality for future managers.
I think you guys have chosen completely different themes to the readers and they'll be specifically having a big pool to read.
The next question is for Aditya. So Aditya, which brand do you think reaped the most benefits from Instagram dominance?
So in December, many brands created rewinds using Spotify playlists. Zomato and Scribble Stories are some of the many. Also, brands like Durex and Swiggy created a mind-blowing content around the famous Vicky Kaushal and Katrina wedding, whether it's known as Vic Cat wedding, increasing their followers base. The topic of the same marriage dominated various sites like Pink Villa, Viral Biryani, and Indian Times. So these are some of the brands that we have covered in our What's Hot on the Gram section of the magazine.
Thank you, Aditya. These brands certainly reap the benefits of moment marketing campaigns.
So my next question is to Vaibhav. Who is the person in the spotlight and how he'll be inspiring the B-School readers right now?
So the person that we chose for person in spotlight was Rafael Nadal, and Rafael Nadal is considered one of the greatest tennis players alive. But something that makes him stand out is his on-court and off-court behavior. No matter how aggressive Rafa plays, his aggression never gets portrayed in his actions towards his competitors, ball persons, or referees, etc. When asked about his view about winning and achieving targets, he came up with an exciting reply saying, "You can't be frustrated all the time because the neighbor has a bigger house than you, or a bigger TV, or a better garden. That's not the way how I see life." He believes in enjoying the journey and trying to become a better version of himself. He appreciates the things that he has achieved and the support he receives, and even after being on the pinnacle of success, his actions remain down to earth. This is something that we believe is the need of the hour, and Rafa puts forth a prime example of the same.
Truly inspiring, no doubt, and I'm sure readers would like to learn more from him.
Certainly, Rafael Nadal is an inspiration for the people now and for everyone in the times to come as well. The next question is for Akshita. Akshita, what were the top retail trends that stood out in 2021?
So, the trends that stood out in the year primarily in 2021 was the trend of experiential retail and omni-channel retail. These are both two varied aspects of retail and something really talked about even in the discussions of the year 2022. Talking about experiential retail, it is the advent of technology in the sector. So AR, VR technology are something that really took shape in the year 2021. There were already companies like Lenskart and a lot of furniture companies that were already making use of these technology. As a matter of fact, Lenskart is one of the pioneer companies when talked about AR and VR technology used in the retail industry. And now they have definitely inspired a lot more companies to come forward and use these technologies to their benefit. Talking about omni-channel retail, it is literally the need of the hour because the world is opening up and we are looking forward for physical stores to open up. We are sure that physical stores will definitely open in tandem with the e-commerce industry, and we will surely have a lot to look forward to when it comes to omnichannel retail.
Certainly, incorporating all these technological changes and still having a profitable business model would have been challenging, but these companies did pretty well.
Yes, definitely. And experiential retail projects are actually additionally providing, giving consumers access to inspiration for what retailers can help them to achieve as a customer. So my next question is to Aditya. Who is your pioneer of the month and what makes this shark so special?
So after the debut of Shark Tank India, everyone was excited to see the Indian version of the famous American reality show. Thus, we selected a shark with the most charismatic nature and enthusiasm in our Pioneer section. And yes, we are talking about Aman Gupta, the co-founder and CMO of Boat India. We all know Aman Gupta has a Hatke take on everything, and we have covered his journey and how he and his co-founder Samir Mehta have built Bolt, a small Indian startup, into a multi-million-dollar company. Aman Gupta is a shark who understands our youth and resonates with them. That's why we have selected this particular shark in our Pioneer section.
Yeah, definitely. And Aman also has turned the Amazon into a customer-centric company and is aimed to also both a consumer-centric possible. So definitely he's inspiring the youth a lot.
Right. Next question is for Akshita. So Akshita, as the world is opening up to the Metaverse, how will the retail sector be impacted by it?
So Metaverse is essentially a parallel reality that is created in the virtual world, and it is being brought together by combining the different virtual worlds. Now, as we go about in our lives in the real world, the Metaverse gives us an opportunity to exist parallelly. So something in the perspective of retail industry that we can expect from Metaverse is virtual shopping malls. That is something that may come in the future, so it can be created by companies like maybe Amazon and Flipkart, and we can see our avatars shopping around in the eyes of the Metaverse. Another advantage that I think the Metaverse would be having with when it comes to retail industry would be self-driven delivery vehicles. This is a concept that has already been adapted by Walmart, and they're already taking advantage of this. In all, it will be a far more immersive shopping experience, and we will have quicker feedback loops, and especially because people can be candid in their feedbacks online, the feedbacks would be really genuine, and we would have some natural feedback.
Certainly, incorporating Metaverse into our lives is going to be challenging, but we all look forward to it.
So Vaibhav, as we were going through your magazine Gita Tales, we saw there was a specific article about humility makes humanity. As today's youngsters who are aiming to be tomorrow's leaders, how important do you think this particular subject is?
I would just like to tell you, if you club these three words together, humility, humanity, and business, first person who comes to my mind is Mr. Ratan Tata. and Tatas have that impact on Indians or like the students who are learning businesses. We feel is that it's crucial for our future managers to stay humble and treat their friends, companions, peers, and most importantly, their subordinates with dignity and respect. Because when you reach to the top, it's only enjoyable if you have people around you who are happy to see you succeed and are there with you to celebrate it. Usually, when people succeed, simplicity and humility, all these things take a backseat. We want our future managers to set an example by retaining these basic qualities any individual should possess and those that make them stand out.
Definitely. Even Ratan Tata says this to youngsters to be optimistic. Look at the brighter side of the issue. Look for opportunities. Look for the door, window, or even a hole in the wall that you are facing. He asked them to continue doing the work that they were doing.
Yeah, and the time as of now, humble leaders is what we need in the world. And the last question, but not the least, is for Aditya. So Aditya, who won this edition's Call for Articles competition? What was the article about?
So every month, various people submit their articles for our CFA competition, and for the January edition, the Ujjwal Rawat won the competition with his article on experiential marketing. So let me explain what experiential marketing is. Why do you buy a ticket for a concert when you can watch the same artist performing the same song on YouTube? Because you need the sensory experience of a group of people cheering around. Experiential marketing works on the same experience. Brands like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and Snapchat have successfully used experiential marketing strategies. The article also talks about the benefit of experiential marketing. The article is very articulate and compendious, and that's why it has won the first prize.
With that, we have skimmed through the pages of the magazines and definitely looking forward to the future issues.
Well, it was great having you all here. A big thanks to all our guests for educating us on what their magazines are about and what they have covered in the last month issue. And also thanks to all the listeners for tuning in and patiently being there with us. SIMSR Radio signing off.